In a quiet neighborhood, a group of children bundled up in colorful scarves and hats went from door to door, their voices rising in joyful Christmas carols. Their cheerful songs floated through the chilly air, bringing smiles to everyone who heard them. At one house, an elderly man named Arthur opened his door, a gentle smile on his face. He loved Christmas carols, and seeing the children felt a long-forgotten spark of joy. He stepped out to join them, his heart swelling with nostalgia. He opened his mouth to sing Silent Night, a song he had known his entire life, but the words wouldn't come. He faltered, his mind a blank. He tried again with Joy to the World, but the lyrics were just beyond his grasp. A cloud of confusion and sadness washed over his face. He was an old carol singer, but now, due to Alzheimer's, the cherished melodies of his youth were lost to him. He stood silently, his head bowed, the festive spirit draining away, replaced by the familiar sting of his fading memory. The children noticed his struggle and stopped singing, their bright faces now filled with concern. The sudden silence was heavy. The cheerful atmosphere had evaporated, leaving only the cold winter air and the old man's quiet sorrow. Arthur looked down at his shoes, his shoulders slumped. He felt a deep sense of loss, not just for the words of the songs, but for the memories attached to them. He felt like a stranger in his own mind. The children exchanged worried glances. One little girl with big, compassionate eyes stepped forward. She looked up at Arthur and said softly, "It's okay. Even if we forget things, Jesus always remembers us." Her simple words, spoken with such innocence and faith, were like a tiny light in the darkness. The other children nodded in agreement. Another small boy added, "Yeah, he knows all our names and all the songs, even the ones we can't remember." The man looked at them, his eyes misty. Their kindness was a balm to his wounded spirit. He saw not pity in their eyes, but genuine care and a simple, profound truth that resonated deep within him. It was a reminder that his worth wasn't tied to his memory, but to something much more enduring. The little girl who had spoken first gently took Arthur's wrinkled hand. "Can we pray for you?" she asked. Arthur, moved beyond words, simply nodded. The other children gathered around, each one reaching out to hold hands with him or with each other, forming a small, tight circle of warmth and hope on the cold porch. They closed their eyes, their small faces earnest and sincere. The girl began to pray, her voice clear and steady. "Dear Jesus," she started, "thank you for Christmas and for songs that make us happy. Please help our new friend remember the words. And even if he can't, please let him feel your love and know that you remember him." The other children added their quiet amens. In that moment, surrounded by their unwavering faith, Arthur felt a profound sense of peace wash over him. The anxiety that had gripped him loosened its hold. It wasn't about a grand miracle. It was about the simple, powerful act of human connection and shared faith. He squeezed the small hands holding his, feeling a current of hope flow through him, a warmth that had nothing to do with the weather. As the prayer ended, they stood in a comfortable silence for a moment. Then one of the children softly began to hum the tune of Hark. The herald angels sang. Another joined in, then another. Arthur listened, the familiar melody weaving its way through the fog in his mind. He closed his eyes, and then something incredible happened. A word surfaced, then a phrase. It was like a rusty gate creaking open. Hesitantly at first, then with growing confidence, he began to sing. "Hark!" the herald angels sang, "Glory to the newborn King." The words flowed out, clear and strong. His voice, once a rich baritone, was now weathered with age, but it held a new beautiful quality, a mix of fragility and resilience. The children's faces lit up, their eyes wide with wonder. They joined in, their high, sweet voices blending perfectly with his rediscovered one. They went on to sing O Come, All the Faithful, and the First Noel. Neighbors who had been listening from their windows came out onto their porches, drawn by the beautiful, heartfelt music. Tears welled up in their eyes as they witnessed this small, beautiful miracle of memory and music. A wave of pure joy washed over Arthur. He wasn't just singing. He was connecting with a part of himself he thought was gone forever. The music was a bridge back to his past, a pathway lit by the faith of these children. He laughed, a sound full of relief and happiness, as they finished the last carol. He looked at the circle of young faces beaming up at him, and he knew he had found something special. These weren't just carollers anymore. They were his friends, his little choir. From that day on, it became a tradition. Every Christmas, the children who came to be known as Arthur's carollers would come to his house first. And every year, Arthur would be waiting, ready to join them. His memory was still a challenge on most days, but when the Christmas music started, the words and the joy would return. He had found a new purpose, a new family, and a new reason to sing. His heart, which had felt so old and forgotten, was now full of music and light, a testament to the enduring power of friendship and faith. This story reminds us of the true heart of Christmas. It's a season about remembering the forgotten. Just as Jesus was born into a humble stable, seemingly forgotten by the world, he came to remember each and every one of us, especially those who feel lost or left behind. If you or someone you love is struggling with memory loss or feeling forgotten, hold on to hope. The love of God and the connection with others can restore what seems lost in ways we might not expect. This Christmas, let's all be like those children. Let's reach out to someone who might be feeling lonely, share a song, and remind them that they are remembered and they are loved. Because the greatest miracle of all is the love that shines in the darkness and sings a song of hope for all to hear. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more inspiration. Merry Christmas.